is something that a lot of people need, because there's so many people who buy a Kirby, which is, you know, a great vacuum, and you know, built to last and does a lot of things and cleans very well, but some people have a tough time using it. It's you know, they get sold the vacuum from the door-to-door guy, and then they don't know how to use it, and it doesn't make sense to them, and the attachments sit in the closet, the shampooer sits in the closet, and they never use it. So I'm going to just spend a few minutes showing people how to use the Kirby Shampoo, because while it's not the absolute best shampooer in the world, I mean, we still recommend that someone call the professional carpet cleaner with the truck mount to come in and extract the dirt and dust, or the dirt and the stains and that kind of thing. This is great for in-between cleanings, and it's great to freshen up the carpet. So it does have its place, okay? Along with rentals and other things, this is the dry foam method of cleaning, encapsulation method. There's a few different companies that use this encapsulation formula, because what's nice about it is you're not going to overwet the carpet, okay? It's a little bit difficult to learn how to use the shampooer for the do-it-yourself thing, the DIY thing. But once you learn how to use it, it does come in handy for in-between cleanings, or, you know, just keep the carpet looking fresh. So the principle, the concept is encapsulation cleaning, or dry foam, which what it does, it actually, the vacuum takes care of the sand, the grit, the hair, that kind of thing. What the vacuum can't take care of is the stuck-on dirt or soil dirt. That stuff needs to be washed. So what this does, it actually breaks down the soils and turns it into a crystal or a powder that you can vacuum up. So in other words, it encapsulates the stuck-on dirt. It turns the stuck-on dirt into something you can pick up. That's the idea. So when you use a dry foam or encapsulation cleaner, whether it be the Kirby, the Electrolux, Linhouse, or whatever dry foam cleaner you're using, the concept, the idea is the same. You put it on the carpet, you scrub the carpet, and what it does is dehydrates soils and turns them into a crystal or a powder, so that you can later vacuum it up. So that's what we're going to do here. So the most important step in dry foam cleaning, in encapsulation cleaning, the Kirby be no exception, is you want to clean the carpet first. You want to get this, whatever heavy sand, grit, hair, that kind of thing out of the carpet. People ask me if the Kirby's worth it. Well, it depends. If you're going to use everything it does, then it's probably worth it. And the shampooer alone, even if you just want to use the Kirby as a shampooer, it's a pretty good one. So I'm going to show you how to do it, how to take the machine apart and put the shampooer on. I'm going to kind of take my time here so people understand what to do. First of all, with the head, you've got to lift the belt up. Oh, there's a rubber band, didn't pick up. That's interesting. But you got to turn that belt, lift it to belt off, okay? And then you're going to unlock it and take the head off. And this is something that it takes a little getting used to with your Kirby, but it comes through doing it over and over again. So the whole idea, I should explain what we're doing as we take that belt off. And rather than just rush through this, when you take when any attachment you put on and off the Kirby, you have to take the head off first. Whether it be putting the hose on, or whether it be putting the shampoo system on, you got to take the belt off. So maybe if I can explain exactly what you're doing, it might make more sense. This is a direct drive machine, which means the belt, this belt right here, okay, sits on top of this shaft. So when we turn the machine on, that motor shaft is spinning, the belt is connected to it, and that's what spins this brush. So to deep clean the carpet, you got to have some brush. You got to have a brush that's sweeping the dirt into the suction channel. So when you put it back on, I would say when you take this off, leave it just like this. It's wrapped around the brush, and it's also wrapped around the belt lifter. So it's kind of, if you can imagine it, the belt is kind of in a figure 8 position right now, okay? So now when I go to put it back on the machine, this is how you put it back on the machine, okay? So that Kirby refers to this as the power plant. This is the power plant. Everything works off of this unit right here. So I make sure that I have this raised up all the way, okay, for clearance. It's raised up all the way, and then I take this head, I set it on the ground in front of the machine, I tilt it a little bit, and then I slide it back to the bar, okay? And so it's tilting like that. So there's actually 2 feet here, okay? And they're gonna sit on the outside of the bar. And I'm going to tilt it back. So the feet are sitting on the bar. I let it sit there, and then I push the top back like this, and I lock it first. So now I lock it on there, but I still have to put the... Now what I'm going to do is, if you can imagine, the belt's up here. Now I'm going to take that belt lifter, and I'm going to turn it, and it's going to drop onto that motor shaft. So when I go like this, I'm turning it onto the shaft. So it's good to go. It's a good, powerful upright with a revolving brush roll this way. Now, when I want to take it off, I have to go like that. You can lower the light there. When I want to take it off, I'm going to turn this belt. Again, first of all, anything when you're taking it on and off, you want to make sure you have that lifted up. Okay, and let me get down here so you can see. So you have to lift that up, so you have a little bit of clearance so you can get in there. Now I'm going to take this belt lifter and I'm going to turn it to belt off. Okay, and then I'm going to unlock it, take that off. Okay, now again, my suggestion, when you do that, just leave it aside like that so it's ready to go right back. That's where the confusion comes in. There's no reason to drop that belt down now. Just leave it in that position, put it aside, and then it's ready to go when you want to put it back on the machine. Now, when we're going to use the shampoo, now if you're just going to put your hose on, put it on the same way, tilt it back, lock it, you're good to go. But we're going to use the shampooer, so we're going to connect something else to the front. Okay? And on the back, to use that Kirby dry foam shampoo system, okay? I think they call it a rug renovator. I'm pretty sure that's what they used to call it anyway. You're going to unlock the boot. You got to take the boot off. You're going to have to put something on the back here, okay? So you're going to take this boot off, and then you're going to take the bag off here, okay? And again, just put it aside. You're good to go. Everything works on the Kirby power plant right here. Okay, so on the back, we're going to put the shampoo tank with water, and we're going to put the tray on the front with a scrub brush on it. Let me grab that. And they're all interchangeable. So this was a Kirby Diamond Edition. Actually, this was a Kirby Ultimate G. This one is the Centria, but they're all interchangeable. You can use different parts from different models to put on there. So this is your shampoo tank. Okay, now, how much water and how much detergent do we put in there? This is very simple. On the side, there's 3 lines. I don't know if you can see that, Vicki, right? Can you see 1, 2, 3? Okay, what that represents is how many caps of detergent, okay? So they make it pretty easy. So we're gonna fill this with warm water, and I'm gonna fill it to the second line, okay? And then I'm gonna put 2 capfuls of the Kirby carpet shampoo. Okay? So again, 1 line is 1 capful, 2 lines, 2 capfuls, 3 capfuls. That's how this works. So I'm gonna go get some warm water and put it in here. Okay, thanks a lot. So anyway, so you get the idea. We're back. Got some warm water in there. I'm told the warm water will make more foam than the cold water. So warm or hot water, don't matter. But since it's just for demonstration purposes, I'm only filled it to the second line. If I was doing the whole carpet, then obviously fill it up to the third line, 3 capfuls of Kirby suds. So we call these Kirby suds. It's actually Kirby Shampoo, dry foam concentrate. And there are some other things you can use in here as well. Linhouse makes a product you can put in there. It's very good. Again, there's a few other... Most vacuum repair shops are big believers in that everything's got its place, and dry foam is no exception. It's a safe way to clean your carpet. It's not going to be as aggressive as the steam cleaner or the truck mount that's shooting a lot of water and then taking it out. That's deep cleaning the carpet, putting all that water down the carpet, sucking it back out. But that's when you do something like that, there's a little bit of risk involved too, that you can overwet the carpet, or if there, some sort of operator error, if somebody doesn't run the truck right, or the equipment's not performing right, you can leave water in the carpet, and that's not good. So this way, if you do want to do it yourself, you really can't hurt anything with this method of cleaning. So I would recommend it. But again, we're not selling any particular products. We would recommend that you go to your local vacuum store and get their opinion on whatever you're thinking about doing or using. But I know that sometimes people get the Kirby and they're not really sure how to use it. And they I can't tell you how many times we get this shampooer people dropping them off to our showroom or to our back shop saying, it's never been used, because they didn't know how to use it and they didn't know just how good it worked. So that's why we're doing this little tutorial here. Okay.
So John, how did you put that shampoo thing on there?
Oh, okay. So that goes on right where the bag goes. Thank you, Vicky. So you're going to take this, and you know how the bag sits right here. So you're going to put this right on. There's only a few ways. There's only one way it can go on. So you're going to pop it on there. All the Kirbys have a switch over here too. So there's a switch where the bag sits, and there's a switch in front of the machine. So when you put that on there, this is going to engage the switch so that it's a safety feature. So it won't run unless there's something on the front and when there's something on the back. And then we're going to take this. This is probably the most complicated part about it. Turn that off for 1 second. We got a customer coming. Anyway, two things I should point out when you're doing this. You have to make sure there's a foam. There's foam right here. So you want to make sure that foam is in there. You have to have that in there. And then the other thing is there's a screen right here. Okay, and sometimes when you pull this hose out of there, you pull the screen off. So people wonder why they didn't get foam. That's a common problem. So if you don't have foam coming out of the machine, it's because you don't have this screen here. And it's probably around somewhere. It's probably in the tube or in the box or somewhere, but you got to have a screen there and you got to have the foam here. Okay? And then we're going to pop it back on there where the bag sits. Okay? Now, I'm going to take this apart. And I want to show you that this is the way it's going to be in the box. Okay? So again, everything that goes on and off the front goes on and off the same way with the 2 feet on the bar. And then this one has a belt, just like your brush roll does. So you're going to, this splash guard, this is what's called the splash guard. That's going to sit right here, okay, over top of the brush. It's a good scrub brush. If nothing else, this machine does scrub the carpet, that's for sure, okay? It's the same, again, concept as a lot of them. This one has what they call a barrel action brush that spins forward. Okay, so you're brushing the carpet, putting the dirt into the tray. So you're putting out this foam, the brush is spinning, putting the encapsulation, the dirty foam into the tray, and then you take this and throw it in the sink. So the idea behind the Kirby one is that it spins forward, so it's picking the dirt up, putting it into the tray. That's one of the selling points of this particular method. Linhaus has the same thing. They have a good scrub brush on their vacuums. You put down the dry foam, it scrubs like this, so it's lifting the dirt up. There are what they call this is what they call barrel action brush. And then there's rotary brushes that might be a 2-brush or 3-brush system that spins like this, but that doesn't pick anything up. It kind of scrubs. That's kind of the advantage of this one is that it is actually, it's not a deep cleaner, but whatever foam it picks up, whatever dirt it's hitting, it's picking it up and putting it into the tray. Okay, whereas the other brushes are spinning like this, kind of just working the foam in, and then you have to rely strictly on the vacuum to pick that up. Again, just two different concepts. So we're going to put this on here over the belt and the splash guard, and we're going to turn this, and that's going to grab the belt. Okay, this belt seems a little stretched, so I think somebody actually did use it. So I'm going to try this, but if I'm not getting enough spinning action with that brush, it's probably because this belt is a little bit stretched, and I may need to put a new brush on there. We'll see. I'm sorry, may need to put a new belt on there. So again, same thing. You got the belt in the belt off position, which is red. Okay, see that? Belt off, just like I explained earlier, kind of like a figure 8 here. Okay, it's on the belt lifter, and it's also on the brush. So the objective, the goal, when we put this on the front of the machine, is to drop that belt onto the motor shaft. Okay, so we're gonna, again, make sure you have it raised up for clearance. You're gonna tilt it just a little bit, slide it back, and then leave it be. Don't put the belt on yet until you had that little tilting action. When you have that tilting action, you're gonna lock it in place. Okay, now with this one, you're gonna turn it all the way to green on green, which means the belt's on. With this one, you're probably going to want to just lower it down all the way. You can make an adjustment and raise it up in a bit, but we have to put this hose on. Now that was probably the most difficult part of doing this, is connecting the tray to the splash guard and then putting it on the front of the machine. So now, I always try to soften this up a little bit, this rubber, so that it's got to pop in here. So it takes a little bit of elbow grease to kind of pop that in. Okay, so we pop that in, and then we're going to take this end of the tube and we're going to put it over that screen that we talked about, which is right here. Okay, and we're good to go. So it's going to take the formula and it's going to bring it out here, and it's going to come out in foam. It's not going to come out in water. And that's another difference between this and some of the rotary brush machines. What they do is a lot of them, they hit the carpet as water and detergent, and then the brush mixes it into a foam. This one actually comes out of the unit as a foam. So that's kind of an advantage. Right now I have it on, in the off position, but I'm going to turn that on in just a second. So let's turn it on and get some foam action. Okay. Now, I will say this. It is a good idea with this machine, or with any shampooing you're doing, it is a good idea to maybe have some stain remover with you as well, and maybe pre-treat the stains. I don't know that we have a lot of stains here, but what I would do is I would blot this. This is our favorite stain remover. This is vacuumrepairshop.com's BioOxy. It's only available in vac shops, but it's good for urine, feces, blood, coffee, pizza, salsa, any kind of protein stain. We find this to be the best. This also has enzymes in it, so it kills the pet odors and stuff too. So you can check with your local vac shop for this as well. But this is a dry foam. This is not necessarily a stain remover that's in there. Okay, this is designed to brighten up the carpet, fluff the rug, fluff up the traffic areas, freshen up the carpet, that kind of thing. It's not really it's not going to get all the heavy stains out of there. So you want to do that first by pre-treating. So what I would recommend is pre-treat the stain. I just happen to see one there. And then you want to blot it with a microfiber towel. If you can avoid, you may have to scrub that stain to get it out. But if it comes out with just blotting, then you're probably better off with just blotting the stain. That's see, and you can see even with this, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going to put a little more on there just for video's sake, so you can see this. This is a foaming stain remover as well. So when I put that down, when I do this, it whips into a foam. So this shampoo actually kind of does the same thing. It's more of a stain remover than a carpet cleaner, but it works the same way as the Kirby Suds, the Linhaus, the Electrolux dry foam. Not going to hurt anything. Going to be dry in a few seconds. So that's how you take care of the stains first. So I just wanted to. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to get too concerned about the stains right now, because we're more showing how the Kirby works. So anyway, same idea. You can turn the machine on and off right here. Again, it is a little loud, so I'm gonna turn it off in between what I'm doing. So on this particular carpet, I would lower it down all the way. If you're having a tough time pushing it or something, or if that brush is getting bound up in the carpet, you can raise it up. But generally with the shampoo, you really want to scrub that carpet, so you want to have that brush down in the carpet. And then I'm going to turn this to the on position right here. So you somewhat have control over how much foam comes out of it. So if you turn it up all the way to on, there's a big distance between off and on. My theory is you really can't do wrong. Too much foam is not going to hurt anything. It's going to dry very quick. It's going to encapsulate the soil dirt, turn it into a powder, and then you can vacuum up later. So if you put a little more down, it stays wet a little bit longer. It's still not going to be wet for a very long time. So I say just put that foam down. So I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to turn the machine on, and then I'm going to put the foam down, and then I'm going to work it in. I'm going to turn it off, turn it to the off position, and then I'm going to take that brush and just work it in. What's happened now? I've done this before, and I've had some people comment on here that you're putting too much foam down, that kind of thing. I've done it right to the instructions, which is 2 for 2. And again, if you feel like that's too much foam, just use a little bit less or turn it down a little bit. To me, this is a dry foam. It's not going to hurt anything. I can pick it up, I can put it in my hands. Within a matter of seconds, my hands are dry, okay? So it's not gonna hurt the carpet. Now what you do is, you can let it sit if you want, but I would turn it to the off position now. And you can see what's happening here. There's foam right there. That's dirty foam going in the tray. Now I can turn it to the off position. Now I'm gonna have, so the foam is down. Now I'm just gonna take the brush and scrub that foam in. So, turn it off, or I turn it off, I put the foam, now I just have the brush spinning and no more foam coming out. So I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but if you look in that tray, that foam is darker than the foam out front. So the stuff that the brush actually picked up off the carpet and put into the tray, what happens is that brush is spinning and these edges are cleaning the brush, and you can see the dirt that's inside that foam. Okay, so it's working, and we picked up a lot of it here. And what happens is, if you wait till this dries, you'll see in that tray there's a lot of dirt inside that foam. You're not going to do that. You're going to take the stuff off, and everything you just throw in the sink and clean it off, or take it out with the garden hose and clean it off, and then you put it right back in the box, and it's good to go next time. So it's really not that complicated. I don't know. I mean, obviously you can see the difference in the run. You see that, Vic? I mean, that's pretty impressive. There was a stain over here that I took out with the stain remover first, but you can see this is a pretty good combination. If you want to do it yourself, if you have a Kirby, great way to go. If you're looking for a Kirby or a used Kirby, I would go to your local vacuum shop. Just use our directory, vacuumrepairshop.com, and I bet you your local vac shop could help you even more than I can. But it is a pretty good method to clean your carpet. So I'm going to clean this up. It looks good, and again, it's only going to get better because you can use it as often as you like. It's working actually right now. So whatever foam is in that carpet, whatever solution is still in that carpet, it is working right now to crystallize and encapsulate the sand, the dirt, and dehydrate the dirt, turn it into a powder so you can vacuum it up. So that's the way this works. Not only is that foam dirty, but whatever's in the carpet is crystallizing, and the next time you'll vacuum up. So it's a great machine for in-between cleanings, for regular maintenance on your carpet. You know, there's other methods, but this allows you to put down as much foam as you want, and you got a really good scrub brush to brush it in. So that's the whole idea. That's the whole concept. To clean it up, not too difficult. Again, anytime you're going to take anything off the front, raise it up for clearance. Now you're going to lift up the light, and again, on the Kirby, when you're taking this head off, okay, you always do the belt first. You don't unlock it, you do the belt first. So we're going to take the belt lever here. We're going to turn it. We can actually take this tube out too. You can take that, probably make it easier if you take the tube out first. But now the belt was on belt on green. Now we're going to turn it to belt off. Okay, and then we're going to unlock it. We're going to take it all apart, throw it in the sink. Take the tank off the back. Okay, again, here's your dirty foam. That's going to come apart in a few pieces. Now, this belt is stretched because this was left in the box in the stretched position. Okay, that's why it was so stretched. I know I said with the power head, leave it in that position so you can put it right back on. But something like this that's going to sit in the closet for a month or two, you're probably going to want to release that belt so there's no tension on the belt, and so it doesn't stretch while it's sitting in the closet. Okay. And then you're going to take that, throw it in the sink, and then we're going to take and put our bag. Let's see here. We'll put the head on first. And remember what I showed you when I took the head off. I left it in the right position to go on the machine. So I don't have to do anything. It's in the belt off position. It's on the belt. The belt is on the belt lifter, and it's on the brush. So it's tight. It's in a figure 8 position. It's ready to go on the front of the machine. So we're going to take it and we're going to put the 2 feet on the bar, slide it back, lock it. Okay, lock it first. Then we're going to take and turn it to belt on. So now the belt is on the shaft, the brush, it's ready to go. It's ready to start cleaning as a powerful upright. And then we're going to take the bag. We're going to set it down on top of set the boot down there, and then we're going to pop it back in place so it triggers that switch. And we are right back in business, ready to vacuum or put it away. It's ready for next time. So again, I hope that helps. What you really want to do is visit your local vac shop. I know it's getting more and more difficult to find the door-to-door vacuum guy, whether it be Kirby, Electrolux, Rainbow. There's not a lot of people doing that anymore, so there's not a lot of service because of that. So there's not anybody out there checking on you to see how you're doing or to properly install the vacuum for you and show you how to use everything on it. That's why you need your local vacuum shop, whether it be Kirby, Rainbow, Electrolux, Aris, whatever. You really should be visiting your local vac shop, and they can help you. And you can find them at vacuumrepairshop.com. When you go to vacuumrepairshop.com, always look for the premier member, the premier verified member, because they've been trained and they know how to do the things we're talking about. They can help you. They care enough to be a premier verified member, and they care about you, the customer, so they can help you out. So if you don't have a local premier verified member, we'll be more than happy to help you over the phone as well. We have a really good crew here at vacuumrepairshop.com headquarters. Vicky can do more than just hold that camera, right, Vic?
Yes.
Okay, so 1-800 if you don't have a local verified premier member, call us at 1-800-263-5425. Okay, vacuumrepairshop.com for the local vac shop, or call us at 1-800-263-5425. I hope this helps.